Within this day and age, it is a bit difficult to imagine a time before the pharmaceutical prescriptions. Regularly, we all have at some point in time visited the pharmacy. The traditional physicians of the olden days, however, treated their patients with herbal teas and blends, with the assistance of the dietary intervention. The Hippocratic Corpus, a large collection of ancient medicinal literature, heavily connected to the classical Greek physician Hippocrates. Dietary interventions with fasting intervals, the medicinal tools for some of the earliest physicians. Therapeutic methods that assisted the body's detoxification systems. Epilepsy originated as a so-called sacred disease. To clarify this, the oldest medical writings reveal that epilepsy has been affecting people since the beginning of our reported history. In approximately 400 BC, epilepsy was argued to be an event of the supernatural origins. Hippocrates, the designated father of medicine, is said to have rejected this idea that the disease was caused by spirits. He accused those of blaming a divine cause to this disease as spreading ignorance through a belief in superstitious magic. Fasting is the only therapeutic measure against epilepsy that has been recorded in the Hippocratic collection. It was considered common sense to intervene with dietary interventions. This was considered coming between the energetic forces provided to the tormented body. Dietary therapy had the wisdom deemed necessary within their therapeutic measures. In his landmark work on the sacred disease, he proposed that epilepsy was not divine in origin, but instead a medically treatable problem that was originating in the brain. Fast forward now to the 1920s. For the purpose of mimicking the metabolism during fasting, the ketogenic diet was introduced by our more modern-day physicians as a newer treatment for epilepsy. For 2 decades, this treatment was widely used. However, with the rise of the anti-epileptic drugs, this dietary therapy use had diminished quite dramatically. In our not-too-far-off history, our concluded cures incorporated numerous dietary measures. The earliest modernized use of fasting as treatment for epilepsy was recorded by a pair of physicians within Paris in 1911, with their treatment for the said 20 children and adults with epilepsy going forward to report that the seizures were less severe during the fasting treatment. The first documents to come out in detail about the cognitive improvements that could occur during fasting was in 1921. Therefore, Harvard Medical School commenced the investigation regarding the effects of starvation as a treatment for epilepsy, documenting that seizure improvement typically transpired within a 2 to 3 day period, recording that the control of seizures occurred through the change of the body's metabolism, and that the simple absence of foods or the deficiency in carbohydrate foods forced the body to burn acid-forming fats. The observations had been made of acetone and beta-hydroxybutyric acid within a normal subject on diet containing too low of a proportion of carbohydrates compared to too high of a proportion of fat, suggesting that the benefits of fasting could be obtained if ketonemia was produced by other dietary means. Dr. Wilder at the Mayo Clinic proposed that a ketogenic diet be undertaken in a series of patients with epilepsy. He suggested that the diet should potentially be as effective as fasting, while also could be maintained for a much longer period of time, ushering in the coined term ketogenic diet.